Let's now listen into India Today's exclusive interaction with Satya Nadella, CEO of Microsoft at India Today Tech Conclave.
The word that I've often wanted to ask you about, because reading your book, it comes 53 times, as my researcher told me, empathy. The word empathy, while we look at a new digital word, how do you code empathy into people? Is that something that you can't have artificial intelligence or quantum computing or mixed reality bring in empathy, a word that you've made part of the culture of your company. So tell us a bit more about empathy.
It's a great sort of observation, because the way I think about it is empathy is not something that is separate from innovation for me. In other words, when I look at what Microsoft's core business is, we're in the business of meeting unmet, unarticulated needs of customers. There's only one way we can do that, which is to have a deep sense of empathy for what is happening around us. In some sense, that is the core to innovation. Now, the challenge, of course, is you can't go to work and say, let me turn on the empathy button. It's your life's experience. I didn't have any innate empathy that I was born with. It's life's experiences that teaches us. And if we can harness that, even at work, in fact, that's why I feel that it's very hard in today's modern workplace to say, well, let me behave differently at home and let me behave differently at work. You need to be able to figure out how to harmonize your life so that, one, it's simpler for you, and more importantly, you're more effective both at home and at work. And that's where it comes from. And I feel that it's core. It's not something that is sort of a separate from what our core business is.
And you ended your presentation by using the word empowering India. I'm just wondering, India 2040, can you give a vision to this audience as you see it? Where will we be? And forget 2020, forget Kalam. This is Satya Nadella saying, where is India 2040?
That's look, here's how I'm a big believer. And as a technologist, the one thing that I try to shy away from is doing these predictions, because always you'll get them wrong. The specifics are going to be always out. In some sense, it's just very hard to sort of look at the progress. But the one thing that I do believe in, the choices that people in this room make in 2017 are in fact going to define what's going to happen in 2040. Because life is path dependent. Societies are path dependent. People talk about AI. We have a choice in front of us. AI can either empower us, AI can be inclusive, depending on the choices we make as designers of AI versus abdicating the responsibility for new technology. So that's at least what my belief would be.
So you're saying the future is uncertain, but it depends on the choices that India makes today.
Absolutely.
Let me end by trying to humanize Satya Nadella, the boy from Hyderabad public school who had this dream of playing cricket and ended up being the CEO of Microsoft. So if I were to ask you today, cricket or tech talk, what is it that you prefer?
One of the most amazing experiences as part of this book tour was to go to the Lords and interview with ESPN Cricinfo. And talk about technology. So it harmonized my entire life for me. I went to the sort of the headquarters of cricket and talked about the two things that I'm most passionate about.
I was just wondering, the day will come when robots replace cricketers. That's not going to happen, hopefully. But if I were to also ask you, Hyderabad or Redmond, because this is the great Indian story, where is Satya Nadella's heart, in Hyderabad or Redmond?
I would say I grew up in the Deccan Plateau, and now I live in the Sammamish Plateau. And both of them are very much part of my life. And as I always say, I'm a product of two amazing American things: American technology reaching me where I was growing up, and the American immigration policy that allowed me to live my life. And I will always be thankful for that.
Running or pumping iron?
Running.
ML Jaisimha or Sachin Tendulkar?
Oh, that's tough. But, look, I'm a Hyderabadi romantic at heart, and so ML Jaisimha.
Your favorite Indian? Do you have a favorite Indian, someone who's inspired you all these years?
Gandhi, there's no question. His life, his message, not only as an Indian, but as a global citizen, I think everything that he represented is so current.
The next big thing in tech.
I think the three things that I think about is really mixed reality, AI, and now it's a little out there with quantum.
Is there a buzzy innovation app that is destined for failure, has a finite shelf life that you see, which is there amongst us today?
Anytime you think that this is it, this is the final technology that you ever need, it has got finite shelf life.
Your only weakness?
I start lots of books, but I finish a few of them.
And my final question, your wish for India and the world in 2018?
I hope that we not only celebrate the amazing opportunity we have to create technology or use technology, but perhaps the currency of our times is going to be the surplus that gets created in and around us. How is it equitably being distributed? Because that's what creates stability in democracies like India or in the United States. That's what creates overall global prosperity in the long run. So I hope that we can crack the new models of growth that allow us to make progress.
And you believe technology can do that? Technology can create a more equitable world, because you write about it in your book, and there is the worry in this country, will artificial intelligence mean reduction in jobs, or will it actually enhance the human factor? You sound optimistic, but there are a lot of people out there who are listening to you who will worry about artificial intelligence. What impact will it have? Can you give them a message of hope?
I'm a great believer that technology is a tool. We as humans will have to make decisions. We as societies, governments, policymakers will have to make decisions on how do you use this technology to create the surplus. That's what's going to define whether we achieve equitable growth or not.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Thank you very much.
Satya Nadella. Thank you very much.
Thanks for watching the video. For more such news and updates, please like, share and subscribe to India Today. Also check out our other great videos from our channel. We know you will love to.